Back on the right stand, ladies and gentlemen, with this simple question at the back of our heads. Will we take the right stand this time around when we deal with a very, very pesky neighbor which tends to go soft every time they're pushed to a corner, and then they hit back harder and hurt Bharat only more? Now, this is the message that's gone out to Shehbaz Sharif, that Bharat is your only hope right now. A nation that is in doldrums on any front, be it health, be it economy, be it perception, be it the well-being of its citizens, be it well-being of its own, the nation, its health itself, 75 years down the line. At all levels, Pakistan finds itself perhaps at its lowest at this point. But Pakistan is now looking towards Bharat, and it's come out drafting a proposal, because a message that's been sent to it is sort out your issues with your neighbor. That's what's been said. Before we give you one naya paisa, you have to sort this out. That's the message that's gone from those which Pakistan thought are its staunch allies and would never sway. Now Pakistan looks towards Bharat. Should Bharat trade with the epicenter of terror is the biggest question that we are asking. And let's just keep this at the back of our mind even as these proposals are coming. Draft proposal to restore trade. Then experts, only India can bail out Pakistan, and India can provide cheap vegetables, affordable wheat, rice and medicines, trade via Wagah Atari and the Kokrapur Munnabao. This is what is the assessment that's come through. So point is, as we put in these inputs by our investigations editor Manoj Gupta, why this has come through. Let's break down the entire interview that Shehbaz Sharif has given and what's brought him to make these statements. Why Pakistan needs India. The Pak economy currently stands paralyzed. It's a dwindling forex reserves for them, slipping to nearly just about $4 billion. We are at $600 billion. There is a decline in the defense budget. There is a growing food crisis in the country. There is dearth of starchy staples, which you see bags of flour are being fought for now. Health sector is in a state of emergency. Trade deficit is at an all-time high. Even LCs, letter of credits, cannot be given because they don't have the amount of forex reserves to support such LCs. The flash floods have destroyed billions worth of infrastructure, and along with that, hectares of agricultural produce. And Godfather Xi has turned away. China is not giving any more money. They are upset with CPEC. They are upset with the fact that they were not allowed to put boots on ground in Balochistan. Multiple factors where China is now saying, I don't want to put any more money into this sinkhole. And ally UAE has also snubbed a friend. So Saudi Arabia, UAE, nations that have bailed out Pakistan in the past have very clearly said, we will not pay you any naya paisa. We are moving away, because they've also reworked their own strategy and outlook, and geopolitically are working to better equations with nations they always had perhaps crosswords with in the past. Now, big news coming through. More problems for Pakistan. In the CNN News18 exclusive, a major blow to Pakistan by the World Bank, which has delayed the approval of two loans worth $1.1 billion until the next fiscal year. The Pak government had hoped to receive an approval of at least $450 million in January. This move has created a hole of $1.5 billion against the government's annual financing plan. They are in serious trouble. And even as Pakistan begs for trade, the simple question that we ask, ladies and gentlemen, is, should Bharat trade with the epicenter of terror? Let us go across to our guests, Ambassador Ashok Sajanhar, Ashwini Mahajan, economist, national convener, Swadeshi Jagran Manch, Professor Brahma Chalani, strategic affairs expert. Namaste and Jai Hind, gentlemen. Let me ask you, Ambassador Ashok Sajanhar, those talking about Aman Ki Asha, let's open the trade routes, let's talk trade, Pakistan wants peace. Should we fall for this trap? Should we trade with a nation that still walks and talks terror?
Thank you very much, Anand. We have made one point very clear to Pakistan that normal relations cannot be restored. We cannot have discussions, we cannot have dialogue with Pakistan till the time that terror is being perpetrated from their side. Pakistan has been given very many chances, number one. So, when Shehbaz Sharif comes and says that, we are facing this misery because, of the 3 wars that we have fought with India, and we now want to make up. Meaning, is he going to give us a commitment that terror from the other side is not going to, to be launched against India? I've not heard anything of that sort. Meaning, what new is he bringing to the table? Because it's not the first time that Pakistan Prime Minister is saying that, we want to have peace with India. I think this is basically he has his back to the wall. Pakistan is cornered. They want to send out this message, to all their so-called friends who have been bailing them out in the past, whether it is the United States, Saudis, UAE, etc., that, we want good relations with India. We are behaving ourselves. So, you please continue to fund us. I don't think Pakistan can be trusted. You look at what its foreign minister has been saying, as far as our prime minister is concerned, what, venom they have been spewing in the United Nations. Does it really indicate that, they want peace? And in addition to that, when Shehbaz Sharif says, he also puts in a condition that, we are going to talk, we are going to have discussions only when the law that was abrogated in August 2019, when that is restored, when that is put in place. Meaning, who is Shehbaz Sharif or Pakistan? What is their locus standi to put these conditions? We have made it very clear. India made it very clear that Pakistan does not have any locus standi as far as the issue of Kashmir is concerned, except for the fact that they are illegally holding on to some part of the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir, which is brought back. Otherwise, they do not have any locus standi. And he is, even with being on the back foot, Shehbaz Sharif is saying that we will have discussions. It is not India who's asking for talks or discussions. We very categorically. No terror, then only any talks can start.
No, and not just that. See, there, one of our viewers, regular viewers, has just sent me a very nice quotation saying that perhaps this applies to Pakistan. Those whom you forgive will never forgive you because their culture does not forgive those who forgive them. Brahmachalani ji.
That's well said. As you pointed out, Anand, Pakistan is sinking in a deeper hole economically and politically. Sharif's own government looks more shaky than ever. Basically, Sharif is clutching at straws, including by giving a self-serving interview to a Dubai TV channel. The fact that his interview got front-page coverage in Indian newspapers shows how the Indian media outlets willingly play into the hands of the Pakistani establishment. In the interview, Sharif made clear that Pakistan's bottom line on peace with India has not changed. But this fact was obscured in the Indian reporting of the interview. Pakistan's strategy to inflict death by 1,000 cuts will not change. Hoping that Pakistan on its own would reform and be at peace with itself and be at peace with India is akin to expecting a dog to strengthen its tail. Coddling terrorists seems to be second nature for Pakistan's military generals. This is where India needs to get its act together. Pakistan today, as he pointed out, is at its weakest moment. This offers India an opportune time to tighten the screws on Pakistan. Now, for example, yesterday we were rejoicing over the fact that the UN had blacklisted yet another Pakistan-based international terrorist, Makki. What happened to the earlier blacklisting? Several other prominent Pakistan-based terrorists have been blacklisted by the UN. All these guys live in the open in Pakistan. They spout violent jihadism. They plot attacks against India. So blacklisting of any terrorist by itself means nothing. Why doesn't India act? If there are people in Pakistan carrying out staging or masterminding attacks on Indian soil, why doesn't the Indian political leadership allow the intelligence agencies to take them out? And when Pakistan is at its weakest moment, this is not the time to talk about peace. This is the time to build up pressure, compel Pakistan to take credible, verifiable, and irreversible steps to dismantle its state-run terrorist infrastructure. And India must impose tangible costs in a sustained manner for the Pakistan military's export of terrorism to become totally unbearable for the generals.
See, you make a very valid point, Brahmachalani ji. The other aspect is, Ashwini Mahajan ji, there is an UFA Pact in 2015 that was signed by Shehbaz Sharif's brother Nawaz Sharif. And it was after the meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi there. Why shouldn't we turn around and say, you first walk the talk as far as that UFA Pact is concerned. Honor that UFA Pact. आपको याद होगा उनकी कुर्सी short time later चली गई थी because there was the way that pact was. Nawaz Sharif was in huge trouble after that. But India should insist. You go back to that UFA Pact.
Yeah, you're very right. And I totally agree with my fellow panelists that this is the right time to settle the scores. And in this is very, very simple thing. And the history tells us that whenever we had been, asking for, or trying to talk peace with Pakistan, they have been hitting us on the back. And and now today, when Pakistan is in deep trouble, we understand they are facing a huge food crisis, foreign exchange crisis, and whatnot. And this is the result of their karmas, and nothing more can be said more than that. But at this point of time, when the Pakistan is in this position, we have our own diplomatic ways to deal with the situation. And at the same time, I'm also of the opinion, and I agree with Brahmachalani ji, that at this moment our media should play a positive role, not giving importance to what Pakistan is saying. They should talk about the deeds of Pakistan, what they have been doing in the past. And this is the situation when all their friends are turning their back. Now this is the time for us to communicate with the Pakistani people that this is what your government had been doing, this is what your leaders had been doing, and now this is the time. The situation has come due to all these facts.
Right.
So if you look at
but are the Pakistani
deeds
people
of
really
Pakistan,
empowered to do, or is the military establishment's tentacles or its stranglehold on Pakistan so strong that it's not going to be difficult for them to emerge? I have limited time. I just want to end, ladies and gentlemen, with a reminder from history that every time India has done something which the Pakistanis or those who wanted Pakistan has done, they've been met only with treachery and been stabbed in the back. It started with 1947, Pakistan born as a new nation, 35% of Bharat being ripped off its self, and then creation of East Pakistan, West Pakistan. What happened soon after? This is 15th August 1947. 22nd October 1947, India is attacked by the same Pakistan, and parts of Jammu and Kashmir, which is sovereign Indian territory, are occupied and never handed back. 19 Feb 1999, Lahore bus yatra, and July 1999, military conflict, that is Kargil, happens. Then 2001, invited Musharraf for the Agra summit. 13 December 2001, parliament attack, that happens, 12 people dead. 2008, several trade routes began. September 2008, 26/11. Can we ever forget this? Just about less than a month after the trade routes were opened, that's what happened. Then 10th Feb 2010, offered foreign secretary talks. 13th Feb 2010, Pune bakery attack, the German bakery attack, 18 people dead. Again, February 2011, resume peace talks on all issues is what was talked. 13 July, Mumbai serial blast, 26 people dead, 130 people injured. Then 10th July 2015, Modi Sharif agreed to resume talks in Russia, that's the UFA Pact. 27 July 2015, Gurdaspur terror attack, 10 people dead. Again, 25th December 2015, PM Modi's Lahore stopover and Pakistan's betrayal comes on the 1st of Jan, New Year's Day, the Pathankot attack. 25th November 2018, two ministers have been sent for Kartarpur corridor ceremony. 14th Feb 2018, 44 CRPF jawans killed in Pulwama. And then 2018, 28 November, India welcomes Kartarpur project. Again, 17 July 2020, official video had Bhindran Wale also. 2021, Pak agreed on ceasefire. Again, Pak-Turkey fuel anti-India propaganda. Every time we've been met with treachery, ladies and gentlemen. And I end this edition of The Right Stand with a reminder of what Lieutenant General K.J.S. Dhillon told us yesterday. When a patient is recovering, double the dose. Thank you.
The today's Prime Minister of Pakistan says we have learnt a lessons. 51 is a very auspicious number. शगनों वाला नंबर है ये.
जी.
मैं कहता हूँ शगनों की बात अगर आज भी उन्होंने लेसन सीख लिए हैं. Having said that, do not believe the Pakistan deep state, do not believe the Pakistan establishment, and that famous phrase, when the patient is recovering, repeat the dose. So India must continue to repeat the dose. That is the only language Pakistan understands. And then as it is, we are not bound by what Pakistan said. We, the comparison you just showed, we the mighty economy, we the mighty diplomacy, we the mighty nation, we the mighty military. We will dictate what we have to do. We don't have to take notes from anyone.